APC? No.
Close. Seems close.
Yeah, Billy. We talked about this last time, I think.
Yeah.
Billy Howardell, who really is the creative mind behind A Perfect Circle. And that's his new Poison Flowers dropped today.
Yeah, this release proves that.
Everybody that's getting on Maynard's ass, like, man, this guy, he needs to stop this, and I didn't like this, I didn't like that. Most of the time, let's face it, Tool is not Maynard's band. That's Adam's band. APC is not Maynard's band. That's Billy's band. Fucking the only band that is actually Maynard's is fucking Pussy.
Like 100%. 100% is.
Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast, where you got old Brandon Minium over there running the show.
Hi.
He's back here in the cheering sections, just yours truly and Krista.
I'm back, bitch. I'm back. She's back. Kevin never left.
I never left. I've always been here, and I will always remain. Let's actually, for some odd reason, actually get to the topics, because we've got something really, really very fun and creative to talk about just around the corner.
Oh, it's going to be a good one.
Mead. I actually have a Mead update for this week.
Hey.
What?
And a little bit of self-deprecation, too, built in.
Oh.
Because I started a batch Wednesday. Because you'd went out of town, as everybody knows last time around, you talked about you were going out to Las Vegas to see Metallica.
Correct.
And I expected you were going to be by that Wednesday, and we were going to start the batch then. I'm a superstitious cat. I don't like to start batches unless you're around, but I did. And every time I do shit on my own, it gets fucked up in some way. So,
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah, exactly.
Well,
That may mean something.
So I started
right.
off the batch. I'd pasteurized the honey on a Tuesday night. Wednesday comes around. Brandon's like, I forgot I'm leaving town or something. Forgot to pack or something.
I just fucking procrastinated like a motherfucker.
So I went ahead and pitched the yeast and everything else. But I had pre-charged it with some DAP, diammonium phosphate, right?
Sounds right.
I was like, it sounds about right.
Let's go the pro here.
Right. Yep. So because DAP is it's a nutrient for the yeast, because the honey doesn't provide any nutrient to that yeast.
Right.
It converts the sugar, and that's about it. But that is not what the yeast actually the cellular level feeds on. It actually has to have extra in there, which is actually interesting too, because wine doesn't have to be.
No, I didn't know that. That's fascinating.
Yeah,
very cool.
Honey, as fun as it is for the rest of us, is actually, though, it's not great for mead, honestly, for converting to alcohol.
Yeah, for fermentation. How interesting.
It's not an efficient process.
Does it not have a high enough
the nutrient level is not enough to actually
avoid
the mortality for the yeast. So anyway, I went ahead and I was going to use some yeast energizer, because we'd go through Carlson Labs. We'd always get yeast activator and yeast energizer. They're two different things, but they both have DAP in them, and that's fine. And I would use both of them, not necessarily interchangeably, but I would use some of one, some of the other. And I wanted to make sure we had a full conversion of that yeast to sugar.
Sure.
And in order to do so, then I kind of was double loading it, and that's okay, because the Carlson Lab stuff doesn't have big dick, right?
Yeah, well, apparently not.
So the Carlson Lab stuff, I can get away with that. I went and got North Labs or something like that, and got their yeast activator, and holy shit, Saturday comes around, and I thought, all right, we have about a 5.5 gallon batch rocking over there, maybe close to 6, because in order to get 5 gallons, you got to make about 6, because you're going to have a lot of loss.
You got to give some to the gods.
There's that. So I went ahead, and that shit came in Saturday. Came in and ordered off of Amazon. It came in, and I went ahead and dumped a teaspoon into that batch, and that motherfucker took off. I mean, boiled over. And I'm just standing there, because initially I was going to run and grab towels, and I went, no. I'm just going to let it do what it fucking wants to do for now.
What can you do? What can you do?
Stood there and just watched the golden Niagara Falls off my tabletop here and onto the floor, and
you started the process. There's no stopping it at that point.
No. Like, what would I do? Maybe move it over to the sink so it might drain more adequately into there. But no, it was already too late.
Yeah, you already made it.
It's over. You're going to have to clean up anyway.
Yep.
So I just cracked a beer and watched it do its thing.
I like that attitude.
And then I got out all the towels. I sealed the fermenter back up. Went, all right, well, lesson learned. Sealed that shit back up and went ahead proceeded to trying to clean up everything. It sounded like you were walking through an adult film theater over there for most of the week.
Ain't nothing worse than sticky steps.
Sticky.
Don't want to get them sticky steps.
We're going to come back around to the metal. So let's jump right to MMA. There is a fight card tomorrow. It's UFC 272.
It is.
A lot of hatred at the top of the card that we're looking forward to. It is Colby Covington taking on Jorge Masvidal, the former friends from
best friends.
Former best friends and brothers.
Colby's words.
From America's top team. Before Colby Covington decided he was going to take on basically like a wrestler's persona and become like a real Trump guy and all this other nonsense. And it felt like I was watching wrestling, and it really did. And apparently, like if you like pretend to be somebody long enough, well, you can ask Wheeler Walker Jr. or Andrew Dice Clay. If you pretend to be somebody long enough, you become that person.
Yep, precisely. You become your persona.
And and that's kind of that guy can't.
Scary, huh?
That guy can't find his way back now.
Yeah,
so now he is that
it's a
guy.
problem, isn't it?
Yeah. So
I actually ESPN was on in the gym this morning, so I saw them like Dana White in between them, and they're all beefing and stuff, and I was like, "Ooh, this should be a good one."
Yeah, hatred always makes a fight card better.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, "Ooh, the drama."
Yeah, so it's so fun time. So that's going to be the main, the main event on the main card.
Also, I feel like we got to point out this card has been butchered up to this point. There were supposed to be 2 title fights on this motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
We were supposed to get Sterling and Peter Yan.
Yeah.
Which now who the fuck knows if we're even going to get that fight.
Aljamain Sterling is going to hang on to that without doing anything for as long as he can, because that is Aljamain Sterling. He's at the top. He knows that he's not the best in that division. So if he fights again, he's probably going to lose, and which means then that gravy train is over. It's just like other champs that they want to hang on to that shit as long as they can, because they're getting all these other back-end deals that we don't even know about.
Sure.
It's like, hey, champ, want to come down, sell us a couple Dodge Caravans or something,
we'll give you a good commish.
And they do. They make money just based off of just being the champ. God. And as we know, the promotion doesn't pay people worth a shit. So.
Sure. But, I mean, like, even being a champ, Aljamain Sterling has probably been the most unseen, unheard champion I feel like the UFC's ever had.
Well, he's not had a title defense, and that's why now Peter Yan is the interim, right?
Yeah.
And so they had to do that. This is the one time the UFC really got it right on giving on handing out an interim belt, because the purpose is in case the champ, quote unquote, gets injured or is unable to be able to actually be pinned down to having a fight.
Yeah.
See, Francis Ngannou, his contract runs out. Basically, his grace period as champ will end at the end of the year, and then he can move on, do whatever he wants to do. The problem is, if you still have fights on your contract, you're obligated to fight those. And if you're the champ, the promotion wants to see you put your belt on the line. And if you don't, what Aljamain Sterling's been doing, then that means you have to hand out an interim. And because now Aljamain knows that if he's not able to, meet his requirements as champ and put that belt on the line again, Peter Yan becomes your champ.
Yeah, it's like, good. We already got one. We are good to go.
Yeah.
The other one was fucking Volkanovski and Holloway. Where
Holloway
that got announced. Stay. Yeah, that got announced 3 days later. Yeah. Injured, can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Holloway's like, nope, can't do that. Can't be in this fight. Got injured. Sorry, brah. Because he's already lost twice to Volkanov, right? Volkanovski.
Yeah, the first one was unanimous. Second one was split.
Yeah.
But a lot of people argue Max won the second one.
Well, fucking let's go to the tape. Let's go to the records.
Lo and behold,
he didn't win.
No, Volkanovski's won them both.
But so they're supposed to go an unprecedented third time, because why do you have him fight a third time? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that seems.
Unless going best out of 5? Is that... get the fuck out of here with that.
Well, it also shows there's just not a lot down there. Really, you got 3 or 4 fighters that are top tier featherweights right now.
Yeah, but the weird thing on this one is, so Max Holloway drops out. Says, nope, got an injury, ain't able to do it. So they start jumping through hoops trying to find. Well, they were going to put the Korean Zombie against Volkanovski.
And they have.
It's just not on this card.
It's next month.
Yeah, and then immediately Max Holloway comes out and goes, hey, by the way, if you need somebody to step in as a backup, I'm your boy.
Oh, for
like,
fuck's
wait a goddamn
sake.
minute. You were already slated to fight this fool, injury comes along, not able to do it, but now you're happy as shit.
You can't
jump in.
You can't be a backup in a fight that has been postponed because of you.
Right.
What? Yeah, that makes no sense.
Max
If
Holloway.
only life worked that way.
Right.
Max Holloway's from Hawaii. That tells you most of what you need
Yeah.
to know. So, oh shit! Like,
Hey,
fighters from
actually-
Hawaii are a little different.
Just got a little awkward here.
I forgot.
No,
Forgot the old SO is from
No,
Hawaii.
it's he born and raised. He's definitely an Islander. No, it's kind of funny because they're all a little goofy. I
Yeah,
guess.
a little different. Yeah, and Max Holloway is certainly that. Well, so anyway,
272.
if you're a casual fan, do you buy this card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just for the main event alone.
Just the main event alone?
because
Right.
casuals will buy a card for the main event.
Yes.
Now, there are 5 on here. There are a lot, like, Spivak. Is it Spivak or Spivak?
Spivak.
Sir Sergey Spivak.
Oh my God.
And Greg Hardy.
This is the only time that you people better relish this moment, because this is the only fucking time you'll ever hear me root for Greg Hardy. Ever.
Yeah, really?
Well, because the other guy's Russian and proud. So.
Well. Oh, he's Moldovan.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Well, he was. I thought that was the guy that was like chanting some Russia shit the other
Ooh,
day.
now that I don't know. Let me
Maybe not.
let's see.
I might be getting him confused. Well, let's fucking face it. There's a lot of Ruskies in the UFC.
Indeed.
Yeah. The only thing that divides them are borders. Well, not anymore these days, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, and then we got Kevin Holland going against Alex Oliveira.
Which-
the Oliveira we hate here at the Mead Hall.
Yes. Yeah. That's
And for
the Oliveira.
years.
Yeah. Well, because he's the asshole that went out, blew weight by like 7 or 8 pounds. I mean, it's like at some point, it's like, God damn, did you even try?
Yeah. Wow.
And,
Right.
and goes out. His opponent's like, well, I need the money. Went ahead and took the fight anyway, even though that dude was way over.
Oh,
that dude
gosh.
gets the win and then starts talking shit immediately after the match. It's like, but you blew weight. You didn't even fucking follow the rules.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
So
you
he's-
don't get to do that.
He's a kind of sore subject around here. So,
Sure. Absolutely.
which
I mean,
Kevin Holland now hasn't he been getting a lot of wrestling tutoring in from Daniel Cormier?
Yeah. Not only that, I mean, this is his welterweight debut. This guy was fighting at middleweight.
Yeah.
So
Man, that
for
dude-
him to be able to cut an extra 15 pounds, you could hear it in his press conference, the way he interacted with people this round. He sounded a little more like, well, of course it's going to be a tougher weight cut than before,
Right.
but he hit it. I'm curious to see how he does at 170, man. That might be a big answer to a lot of questions.
He might be a murderer at that weight class, and he's already pretty good at middleweight. So,
Now, here's where I'm hoping we get to see a twister. Now, I always root for twisters when Bryce Mitchell's on the card. This guy's a fucking idiot, okay?
yep.
We can all at least come to that conclusion.
Just because he's from Arkansas.
Not just because of that. No, he gives a lot of reasons to think he's a dummy. But this guy is also like the Goodwill Hunting of breaking people's spines in half on the goddamn octagon ground.
Oh my.
Using professional wrestling moves that shouldn't work, but he makes them work in an actual fighting scenario.
One
wow.
hell of
Enter
a
the
rapper
twister.
as well. Yeah,
That's really weird.
it is. Proficient in hunting and catfishing.
You ready to say, is that what he raps about?
And probably
Oh my gosh.
and burning dragon sage before every fight because he's going into war like all the people that actually did that hundreds of years ago when they were fighting for their fucking lives, and this guy is in a sport.
Yeah.
Okay. Then.
He's a God-fearing man, yet he's doing a lot of pagan shit, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
As soon as that sage touched your nose, like I'm starting to question a lot of things Jesus related.
That's right. It's just like Will Ferrell in Old School, with hitting the beer bong. It's like, oh, once it hits your lips,
Oh my God.
Do it again.
it just tastes so. Once it hits your lips.
Going against Edson Barbosa.
I like Edson, but
So do
I
but
don't think Edson's got a chance in this one.
I'm going to be rooting for the dummy on this one. I mean, if Bryce Mitchell has a shirt after this, I'm going to buy it.
Okay.
Co-main event at a catch weight because Rafael Fiziev got pulled due to Rona about 5 days before this fight.
Found another Rafael, did they?
Well, you got a Rafael fighting a Renato Moicano this
There it
time. Another RH, so we got that going. Odd co-main, right?
Yeah, a little bit, but when
Little
you've
underwhelming.
when you've had a card really kind of take the hits that this one has,
A lot.
you're lucky to. And again, if it wasn't for that main event, fuck that. This is a fight night in Vegas card.
Yeah. And I mean, we did lose Jessica Ai and Manon Fiorot, that girl that like has been boxing people's brains out lately.
Gotcha.
That got dropped due to an injury from Ai.
Oh, shoot.
So these first 4 fights, of course, we got the main event coming up. We've talked about these 4 fights. Does it sound like a $75 pay-per-view to you yet?
It does not, sir.
It really doesn't. If it wasn't for this main event,
that's it.
we'd be watching this the same way people in Norway watch it. Illegally.
Oh, kind of like how I get my power around here. Don't mind them extension cords going across my driveway.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Those are all legal. Straight up. So we got Colby. We got Masvidal.
Yeah.
What is there to be said that hadn't already been said by?
That was one just to watch.
Do you get stoked for fights that have legit beef?
Sure. Absolutely.
But doesn't every Colby fight have legit beef?
Usually, because he's a dummy.
Over?
Yeah, he's a dummy, and he does things. If anything else, the UFC has got to love that guy because of the fact is he fucking can sell a card.
Hell yeah. I mean, hating a guy is just as good a reason to watch him lose than to like a guy to watch him win.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because since he'd got kind of shown the door at America's Top Team down in South Florida, well, they'd interviewed Joanna Jędrzejczyk earlier in the week and asked her, about the whole thing. And she kind of gave her rundown of how things went. Masvidal and Covington were great friends and blah, blah, blah and everything else. But, now that they're not, she still has to root for Masvidal because he's still a member of the gym that she, trains at. And he's a much nicer guy anyway. And she thinks that he's legitimately going to win. They'd asked Covington about it. And Covington's excuse for her basically dissing him was that because he turned her down. He wouldn't sleep with her. As you do, right?
Wouldn't give her that dick. Well,
let's get the fuck out of here.
That is
well, let me think. Let me see which one's probably accurate. I'm going with Joanna on this one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's God, man. Colby's he's oh God, dude. He's never going to win the other half of the fucking fans that hate him back ever again.
No.
I don't think he needs to.
No.
At this point, it's all in.
He has brought in a thing you only see in professional wrestling, and he's the only one to still be able to do that because it generates and incites a bunch of anger.
Right. And using diatribes you think like Bryce Mitchell's people would be saying.
Yeah.
This guy's in Florida, for fuck's sake.
That guy is more professional wrestler than Brock Lesnar was when he came over to the UFC.
My God.
Who do you got?
I think Covington wins, but I'm rooting for Masvidal.
Yeah. Who?
I think Colby gets his hands on him and fucking wrestling. There's not a good answer to wrestling in the sport right now.
No, which sucks because wrestling is starting to get a little boring.
It's getting really boring. Matter of fact,
whatever happened to the Randy Coutures, where it's like, oh, you're down on the ground, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you for this,
or the Hendersons or whatever. I mean, everybody out there that like that guy's a wrestler. I haven't seen him try to wrestle yet. Much like Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje is your.
That's what's great.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to. He hadn't needed to yet. Granted, he has fought Khabib. That would have come in handy there. But
I saw nothing in that fight. That
apparently that defensive wrestling wasn't as great as we thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Colby takes a fucking lackluster decision, but he'll brag about it for days.
Sure.
Yeah. I hope Jorge proves me wrong.
I think at that point, doesn't Jorge then just retire?
He just signed a new deal.
Did he?
He's like one of the top 3 highest paid fighters in the sport right now.
This is his 41st fucking fight. 41.
Shit.
Can't just get behind that Reebok money and Venom money alone.
Yeah.
You got to rearrange that shit. It should be a good fight card, though, but that is a fight card. That's the fight we're buying it for.
Yeah, you bet. That's it. I have every confidence that they actually probably put a whole lot of things together that are really good on the prelims. As they do. Mick Maynard does that. He tends to put together great prelim cards.
Sure, absolutely.
He finds too much parity for the free fights because those fucking things can be a real snooze fest at times. But
Tim Elliott on the early prelims too.
Yeah,
the guy who almost became like Matt Serra and beat Mighty. Of course, this has been even better. He'd have beaten Mighty Mouse for that belt.
Yeah. All right. Now we need to move on to the metal part of it, and frankly, I don't give a shit about all the stuff, the new releases on the week or any of that.
You don't?
No, because Brandon has.
A story.
He has some tales for us
story
this time.
time?
Time to stoke up them logs on the fire.
Who's ready for story time
Story
with Brandon
time.
Barajas, baby? little AEW in there for you.
So
All
Brandon goes out to Las Vegas, as we've implied or even directly said on this episode already. Anyway.
Absolutely. Got to keep the ladies around for something.
Because you were flying out to see Metallica in concert at Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders played.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I don't know if it's just because the entire building is black on the outside, and at night, half that building lights up with a video wall of like what's going on.
Oh, cool.
Shocking.
Wow.
And I've never seen the outside, like even, because I don't watch fucking Raiders games, let alone primetime Raiders games. So I never realized that. There is a third of the front of that building that lights up, letting you know Dolly Parton's going to be there for the Country Music Awards.
Holy crap.
But yeah, so I go to see Metallica, and also co-headlined by Greta Van Fleet and a band called Ice Nine Kills, which I had not heard of. Have you heard of this band, Ice Nine Kills?
I think so.
Okay. I'd heard them on Sirius Liquid Metal, but I didn't know who the fuck they were. I just heard the songs.
Okay.
Right.
So then out comes this band that is all dressed up in Leatherface masks and just come out and start jamming. But it is that Lubbock metal type of sound. Not a big fan of it, but these guys are huge fans of horror, the horror genre from before and currently. And every song, like they have a song called American Nightmare, which is
Cody Rhodes' nickname.
God damn it. Oh shit. Which is a Freddy Krueger song. And they would come out and do stuff like they cut a guy's head off with a chainsaw for one of the songs. Overall, it was a lot of fun. 45 minutes of some pretty good music that if you wanted to go get a hot dog and throw a piss, get it out of the way.
Right.
However, I'd give him like 3 out of 5 wet kisses.
Well, because you weren't prepared, right? You were thinking there's like, well, somebody
but when I heard songs I was familiar with,
okay,
all of a sudden I kind of started liking it more. It's like, oh, I've heard this song. Oh shit, it's these guys. Wow.
Now, the other one, and one of the hardest laughs I've had in a while because it came completely out of nowhere. I'm scrolling through headlines on Sunday morning because that show was Friday night, right?
That show was Friday night.
Actually, it might have been Saturday. It seemed, yeah, it was Saturday.
Billy Joel was rocking Allegiant the next day.
It was the next morning, and I'm scrolling through headlines, and I see something about Metallica. I was like, fuck off. Brandon was at that show last night.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah, and immediately I go, whoa. Not even clickbait on that one. I was like, goddamn, I hadn't heard from the boy. I hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
What the fuck did he do?
Yeah.
You know? And I go, and it turns out that whoever it is, the social media manager for Metallica, put it up there, I guess, on Instagram that they were playing Allegiant Stadium that night, tagged Ice Nine Kills, and tagged Greta Van Fleet. Well, except they didn't tag Greta Van Fleet. They tagged Greta Van Susteren.
Oh, God.
How do you do that?
It autofills, right?
No.
At Greta, there it is.
Well, yeah, but gosh.
Especially if you're following that motherfucker, it autofills.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So,
Oh, man.
which tells me the Metallica's social media manager might follow Greta Van Susteren, but not Greta Van Fleet.
Nah, probably didn't even know the fuck they were.
But
Wow.
But that was the co-main event, not Greta Van Susteren.
and Brandon did find video on YouTube of that show.
A very good quality one of it. Audio wise, really great.
Yeah.
Video wise, who cares?
Yeah, but Greta Van Fleet sounds like it's one I don't think I'm ever going to commit my own money to their records.
Nah,
but it sounds like if they're a fucking opening act, take that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's eating crow or what, because I kind of been off the Greta Van Fleet thing for a while.
That second album dropped, and I went, oh.
Yeah, it's like, thank you. I'll jam that first shit, but whatever. This is what you're gonna do. Rotzel Ruck.
Right.
But then you see them live when they're really like fucking on fire right now.
Right.
I got to admit, this band made me question my sexuality for about a solid 5 minutes.
God damn.
Yeah. because I'm sitting there like, God, do I have a boner right now?
Yeah.
I'm like looking around, I'm like, well, I don't have a boner for anybody here. It's that little goddamn lead singer out there serenading my soul.
It's that Kiska kid.
But this is a band, fuck their albums. I mean, get them if you have to. I will support this band live. I mean, I would put them in the 8-hour bubble.
That first record of theirs was fucking solid.
Yeah, and they played like 3 songs off of
The
that.
Smoke Rises or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the Golden Army, that was a hard pass for me on that.
I mean, like the song that was on all the car commercials and stuff.
Yeah.
That's fine. But they perform, and man, it might be coke. I don't know. That drummer had like a little 7-minute drum solo that was really great.
He's the only one of the band not with the last name of Kiska.
Very true. Very true. And the guitar player did like a 5.5-minute solo that was great before they did one more song and shut it down.
Was it a red SG?
Oh, fuck yeah, the whole night.
I've never seen that kid play anything but that.
But he was wearing a shirt.
Oh, okay.
Bass player wasn't. But he was also playing a piano without a shirt on. It's kind of a weird look.
Bass players also.
Sorry, I'm a weird. I'm
No,
like,
not that like we're bad. It's
not
just
anything wrong
you
with it.
don't
But
normally see someone shirtless playing a piano unless
Right.
there's a whole lot of sex going on.
I was going to say Burt Bacharach back in the 60s, right? But that dude from Greta Van Fleet, though, the bass player, he's not necessarily known for being shirtless all the time, but he fucking never wears shoes. So which is okay, but I mean, you go in thinking as a music fan, it's like, man, this stage is going to be like pristine and clean and ready to go and everything. No, it's had
it's not.
fucking
It's dirty.
roadies walking all
Yeah,
over it,
it's
for
gross.
half a day and everything
I'm
else.
sure
and
his feet are disgusting.
probably so. I wouldn't want to see him.
No.
Feet are a problem. No, I mean, there are people that have a weird fetish for it
Sure.
that I can't get my head around. That's not my kink. That's, as a matter of
That's
fact,
fair.
I think of it as nothing but gross.
I've licked some toes.
Ugh, no. I don't even like some certain hard cheeses, so that's
That's fair.
gonna
I
be-
love a really stinky cheese. So
Yeah, I think if you're like into feet, you are definitely probably a stinky cheese person.
absolutely, I think that's probably fair. I would like to do a poll. Actually, I'm curious.
Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, that's a hard
Do you
pass for
like
me on that
stinky
one.
cheese and feet?
No.
Do you like stinky cheese or feet?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of a hard pass for me on both.
Damn it, I will rub your feet if you want me to.
Yeah.
Ladies,
You can go
if you ask
wash-
me to rub your feet.
You can wash them hands,
Absolutely.
Coach Samuel L. Jackson ain't doing no tickling or nothing.
I can't put toes in my mouth.
Right.
I can't do that.
The
Goddamn
foot fucking
fingers.
master.
Fingers are worse. I mean, fingers are able to get in everything. Toes at least are in shoes all day, but that's why they're gross too.
Right.
Hands are just gross because they're out amongst assholes like us.
All the time. All the time.
Okay. So then.
So we have something came after Greta Van Fleet, you say?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh,
That was it. I left. Everybody was staying, but I left.
Like Metallica, I've seen them.
I've seen them like 3 fucking times. I've seen one. I've seen them all. No, I stayed for Metallica because I've been able to see them. The first time I saw them, they weren't touring on any album. It's 2000. Fucking Reloaded was 5 years old. They're just out making money, and James getting drunk.
Sure.
Some on the St. Anger tour, some on the Death Magnetic tour. And now I want to say I mean, it's not really the Hardwired tour anymore.
No, it's their
But
anniversary
it's their
tour.
40th anniversary spreads, which is kind of even cooler to say.
See, because Rush did R40 and then wrapped it up.
Yeah.
Called it a career. You got to think Metallica can't be far away, right?
They got a few more in the tank. I'm sure there's a few more things they want to get done before they're like, cool, now we can just live off of everything we've done and do shit when we want to.
That was really funny because you were relaying that some people were asking you, how was Metallica? And which
It's almost an insulting question.
it strikes me as a really, really dumb question. What are you going to say, man? They were not very good.
Maybe you would.
How was your flight to space?
It's all right.
It was fine.
Well, maybe they're old and suck. I don't know.
No, the opposite.
I mean,
they've done these songs for 40 years.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Kind of like,
them so long.
You know how not everybody plays video games? Yeah, of course. But everybody kind of knows who Mario is.
Yes.
It's the same kind of thing. It's like there's never really, especially over the past, I would say 20 years, there's never really been a bad Metallica concert, I'm sure.
Okay.
So that it's why it's that. It's like I gave thorough explanations about the first two bands to like people I knew and stuff. But when they're like, so what about Metallica? I'm like, man, it was Metallica.
Yeah.
There's just not a whole lot to say that would surprise anybody.
Okay, fair.
I will say this. Okay, all right. I'm almost proving myself wrong already.
Okay, fair.
There was something that happened at this concert that I wasn't really expecting.
Okay. So
they do a song called Fade to Black. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Yes.
Very dark song. It's about killing yourself.
Yes.
So they're doing it, and it's like I am just feeling it, man. My eyes are closed. I'm just kind of swaying. I got like my fourth beer in me, which was my final beer of the night because going to the bathroom in that fucking place was murder. I feel like I need to buy a new pair of shoes still.
Oh, gosh.
So they're doing Fade to Black, and I'm just fucking absorbing it. It feels good. Makes me want to kill myself a little less, which is weird.
That's always good.
Isn't that strange?
It's always fun.
And then there's a break that goes into, I guess you'd call it the bridge. I don't know. I'm the last person to fucking say this.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the where the lyric, no one but me can save myself, but it's too late. That part. Before that, he stops the song and basically goes on about a 30-second fucking...
Public service announcement?
Thank you. That's the best way I can put it. And about, how like, hey, man, life is good. There is reasons to live.
Oh.
And like, I'm listening to it, and I'm like, I agree. I agree with all that. Couldn't you have said that like at the end, bro? Because then you're going right into like, well, I'm doing it now. Time to die, motherfuckers.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
So it was a little bit of like a weird speed bump. But I wouldn't fucking say it ruined anything.
No. Right. And how many encores did they do? Or how many songs?
One
did they do
encore
in their encore
of 3 songs.
Okay. Well, that seems about Metallica.
And fucking
right?
people still leave during encores.
That's fucking crazy.
I don't get it.
Why would
I don't
you?
get it, especially with a band like Metallica.
Well, especially if you're going to go see a band that you really, really love, because you know that the shit you've been waiting to hear is going to be in that encore.
Yeah, like
Same with Tool with Stinkfist.
You want to hear Sandman? If you've heard Sandman, feel free to leave because that's the end of the concert.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, since that's a new venue, or relatively new, I guess, because Legion's only been up for about a year, right?
2 years, I want to say.
2 years, okay. Well, what's the parking like? Or was that a
I don't know. I walked
okay.
about 1.5 miles.
Holy cow.
That's what we usually do, right?
Well, you know what? In Vegas, it's almost like 1.5 miles. Man, that ain't shit.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
can almost be like, look, that's like 25 minutes, right? Yeah, fuck, we can do that.
Yeah.
We're around here. You tell me to walk 1.5 miles per Talis. You can go fuck yourself. I ain't gonna do that.
I'm reasonably sure we walked 2 miles to see Tool.
Oh yeah, that, and it was in San Antonio,
Right.
which made it sweaty on the balls.
Right. Yeah. But it's Texas. I'm glad we didn't get like a bunch of reefer in us and stuff before we got there, since we were observing the laws of Texas. And,
Yes.
I think they have the same problems parking as any huge stadium would. It's a piece of cake to get the fuck in there, but man, good luck getting the fuck out.
Right.
Parked at a convention center parking for Mandalay Bay, which was a little out of the way. Added about a half mile versus the actual parking garage.
Okay,
but,
I get a little better idea of where that's at now.
But when we left, we just left.
Yeah.
There was no line to
You
wait.
didn't have
Get
to
the
deal
fuck
with
out
the
of here.
BS.
Because you walk a whole other 1.5 miles to get back to that car, and then, all right, let's get the fuck out of here because ain't no one else doing this but us.
Right. There's something to be said for that.
Absolutely. Overall, the Metallica concert, I mean, it was amazing. It was fucking Metallica. It was Metallica.
Right. Now, the thing we need to get to, because we're starting to kind of, we're still good on time, but
We're at 35 minutes. Shit. And I still got more shit to say.
that's the thing is,
Because people are looking at a photo right now, and they're like, that's great. Now I know what the left side of that photo's about. I want to know what the right side of the photo's about.
So if you go to thinking that Brandon talking about maybe getting a little bit of a hard-on for Jake Kiska or whichever the front guy is. But before you go to thinking that, actually, the first I heard from Brandon, or maybe the second I'd heard from Brandon, was it was just simply a photo. And it's the one that you guys are looking at on YouTube right now. It is of Brandon. Well, you know what, Krista, I can, because of the fact that let me get this up for you. It was. I thought, well, now I know more about my friend's kinks than I ever cared to.
Oh yeah, you want to know about kink, bruh?
So
I'm excited.
let me get this.
Heads up, it ain't piss.
It's not. No.
Might make you piss, but
Now
it ain't piss.
And I can that's something I'm. Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it
But
is.
yes, it was.
I'm a fan of it myself.
I'm like, I was like, did Brandon go to Las Vegas and get pegged?
I mean, it was a big board.
Got
Who?
spanked.
Yeah, but yeah, she was bringing it like in a swinging manner, not a poking
Well, now
manner, right?
the photo people are seeing now is of the first one.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Right.
There's one a photo and a video, which I'll show you after we're done here,
heck yeah.
Which I
of the third one.
Oh.
which I think is great. Brandon's description. He starts, and I thought, I already know what this woman looks like, and then he showed me a picture. It's like, yep, that's exactly right.
So funny.
like a Vegas hard 50. And then I'll show you the picture of her, and I'm hoping you'll be like, oh fuck yeah,
A
you're right.
a blonde woman, hard 50, Vegas.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I'm dying.
but not unattractive.
Right. No, I get it.
Just like
she's still
that's her.
thin. Yeah, I know.
She's
exactly what you mean.
she's put a pair of high heels onto a man's balls for money before, I'm sure.
I'm glad that wasn't offered up for a shot.
Yikes.
So I went to a place called Hofbräuhaus. Hofbrau, Las Vegas. Brought to you by
Brings
my
me
good
back to
friend
Koozie.
Kevin Robbins
nice.
Koozie here. And it is a Bavarian beer house. Bavarian themed. Well, I didn't really meet any Bavarians here.
Apparently, Bavarians are more hip than I thought.
Dude, fuck, they know how to party. Shit. I mean, I'm sure they do Oktoberfest over there like a motherfucker.
I bet.
So we go in.
What part of the strip is that on? Or it's off strip?
It is
right?
like right off the strip, about 2 blocks off.
Okay.
Still in a fairly active spot. I can't pinpoint my mind because I've burned out a lot of those brain cells since then.
Good man.
But yeah, it's conveniently located with valet parking to boot. Shit.
Hot damn.
So we go in, and it's just a hall. It is a beer hall. I won't even call it a house. It's a beer hall. Long tables where you may share with some folks. But that's what this whole place is about. It's about having a good time and meeting new people. And, that's easier to do after you've had about 6-7 liters of beer.
So enough to propel a small car down the road in
Yeah.
terms of gasoline is what you drank.
I think I tapped out. I think I probably had about $220 worth of beer at this place.
Because they're, what, $20 a liter?
$18.50 for a liter of lager.
Yeah. Well, if you're throwing tips.
Drank
And,
I
he
drank.
drank several liters.
Yeah. Between the Metallica concert and this,
Drink
I
my
went
beaker of beer. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
No,
sorry.
this-
That's exactly.
and also got some
Nerd.
got some Hofbräuhaus liter mugs en route.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit.
I didn't remember getting them, but hey, whatever.
That tells you had a really good time.
I
What's this?
love purchases like that. Those are my favorite. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I know I ordered
I
that.
rarely
I don't
do-
remember it, but I know.
People do it on Amazon. You rarely do it like at Walmart.
What's this wedding ring and cock ring I have on
Oh
today?
my god.
I must
What
had a
happened
damn-
last
must had
night?
a damn good time. I feel like I got them mixed up. So we're here enjoying it. I'm on liter number 2. We get this big ass pretzel with some beer cheese, which fucking just blew me away. And the Bavaria band starts kicking up. They're doing the ziggy zaggy drinks, but they didn't pound them. So I was like, what? I thought we pounded them because I pounded mine, and no one else did.
Well, at least you know how to party.
And then like they would come out in the hall right in the middle of it, and they had the Ricola like fucking horns,
Oh my gosh.
and they would like duel. They would
Oh.
do songs.
The big low bass ones that kind of
That's
like
so-
reverberate like a fart in a bathroom.
Pretty
right?
much, yeah.
Okay.
But then they're doing like fucking Purple Rain and like Pearl Jam songs and shit.
Damn.
That's what made it weird. Yeah, I mean, awesome, but weird. Actually, they did the one they did was When Doves Cry,
Oh my
Good.
gosh.
and dude was harmonizing with the other dude,
Oh my
so it
God.
sounded perfect. You could tell these motherfuckers do this all the time. And so in between that, they do like little contests, like a beer drinking contest, which I got fucking hosed because I went up there with a full beer, and I was the only one up there with a full beer. Everybody else had like a third of a beer.
Boo.
And by the time it was over, I had a third of a beer, and everybody else had drank theirs. I was like,
No.
this is bullshit. This game is fixed.
They're handicapping you, right?
So the night progresses. I get my burger, which was a lovely hamburger with beef and pork. Like that combination is really enjoyable if you like a little firmer burger.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a little more dense, but it's a lot more flavorful.
It really is. And about 2 goddamn pounds of fries.
Holy cow.
Kind of like that chicken wing joint in this town.
Yeah, no shit.
Here, have a bunch of our burnt fries. All right.
So they have this thing where you can buy a shot and you can get a swat.
A what? Pardon?
A swat.
A shot
buy
and
a shot, get a swat.
I like it.
So
Okay.
I got a shot of Maker's Mark because that was the best whiskey they had.
Ugh.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Yeah.
I asked for Bullet, but they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
This is a German beer house. son.
However, to their credit, they did go back and look. Fuck that. They had a Patron.
Oh, yeah. That's
I mean, the
real
front area is a
German.
full bar. Then you go into the beer house where it's like, well, this is beer or shots, whatever you want. But
Oh, so it's separated out into 2 areas. Then.
yeah, like you can wait at the bar while you're waiting for a spot to, go into the beer house.
So it's kind of like Kelly's in a weird way,
Yeah, but God, so much
but
better.
but way better.
So
Right,
much
sure.
better. So this girl, I can't remember her name, so I'm gonna call her Amanda too. Waitress was Amanda. She was like if she were here in Portales, I feel like I'd have a shot. She was like cool as fuck. She smelled really good
That's important.
and was wearing the Bavarian dresses of showing the breasts and
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
She come over like
Pushing them titties up.
she come over, sit next to me, and like ask me if I want another beer. But she had like the sides of her head. They weren't scalped, but they were
Shaved
buzzed.
down.
Yeah. Fucking looked really good. She looked like a pretty like fun bitch to be around.
Right?
But then she had to leave. And I'd already gotten a swat from this Amanda too, which it didn't hurt at all. I even left my wallet in my pocket. I kind of forgot it was there. She didn't ask me to get rid of it. There's a theme going here.
I get it.
So after that, new waitress comes in. I order another one. But while I'm getting this one, I hear like, wham! Over in other areas of the building. And I stand up to like go get mine. I'm like,
Somebody
look
bringing
at
the thunder.
And there is this woman, blonde hair, wearing like a little black spaghetti strap number, leather fucking pants, ball cap, carrying around like a cap of cig bat.
Oh,
Looked like the buchara.
That had 3 holes in it for shots.
Oh, shit.
So I'm like,
So they bring it out, and I'm trying to track what's going on here. So they bring it. It's a shot board, and it's got like multiple shots, 3 or 4, or
About
6,
3.
whatever. And then you like go and drink your shots off of it, and then they whack you in the ass with it.
yeah, but it's a whole process. So you have to, that's why the photo looks as great as it does, because it took me about a solid 5 minutes to get in the position this woman wanted me to be in to get my ass whipped.
Damn.
Oh.
Like elbows on the table,
Oh,
ass
shit.
out, whole 9 yards.
I like a woman that has a definite thing in mind.
I do.
Like,
I love being told what to do. Shit. It just saves me time thinking. So
I can empathize with that feeling.
we all 3 have a kink, right?
as soon as we as I get my second one, I'm like, I want one from her. I want one from the one everybody fears.
and this is with the price of a shot.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, my.
Yeah, but I wasn't picking up the bill on this one.
Okay.
So I go and ask her to come by the table. Well, she's beating people's asses on her way to me. And she gets over there and just a cacophony of fucking smack. Oh, smack. Shit. And applause everywhere.
So literally her job is kicking ass and taking names.
And making money. And
I
making
love
good
it.
money. So she gets to me. And I'm probably, this is near the end of the night. So
you're
I'm in
primed.
double digit lead. Yeah,
you're fucked up.
yeah, and like about to have my third shot of Jaeger. Well, second shot of Jaeger. So I get up. She gives me my shot. It was like a little test tube. That was a little disappointing. But I was just looking forward to getting my ass smacked. And
there he is.
She comes over.
That's our boy.
She comes over and tells me, like, to assume the position. And, like, I'm getting ready. Of course, I do it horribly wrong because that's half the fun, to get her to make me where she wants me to be. See, I've learned the game.
Right.
Like, you want me to like do like this?
Got to lean over like you're getting ready to push a bobsled down the tracks, and that way they have to fucking correct you. Right?
I put my hands on the table like this and then just thrust my pelvis out. I thought that's what she wanted. No, I had to turn around.
I don't think I would tempt
I
wouldn't tempt a woman to smack me right in the fucking in the wedding tackle.
You know I'm a fucking gentleman.
I was like, that's wild, man. Woo.
So as I'm getting ready for this, I tell her, like, hey, listen, don't hit me with your purse, all right?
Yeah, it sounds like this is a woman that doesn't need a lot of motivation.
Yeah.
No, but I wanted to make sure, like, because, you can get bored just beating the shit out of people repeatedly, but then you want to. And then all of a sudden you feel reinvigorated about your job.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. I was helping her,
Are you
really.
a little bit of a brat?
A brat? No, when I'm drunk in Vegas, yes.
Interesting.
I mean, yeah, in Vegas, it has to be, the atmosphere has to be perfect.
Sure. Makes sense.
So she gets me where she wants me to be. And I feel like and she's like, get your wallet out of your pants.
Oh, shit.
She's
a pro.
Oh, you are completely screwed.
So I get that, fucking make sure the pants ain't showing no butt crack or nothing. Because I am a gentleman.
Of course.
That's right. And she, like, hits me with it pretty hard, but I know that ain't it. These are just, like, getting ready. She taps my ass 4 times with this.
Yeah.
And then proceeds
you're fucked.
to ruin my ass. And I got to fly back to fucking Lubbock the next day.
Oh, you are so fucked.
And she, I mean, it alone, that fucking room echoed in a way I hadn't heard all night. Well, I guess probably also because I was at the epicenter of it.
I think probably like people down the street calling they heard gunshots.
Yeah, shit. There's violence on the strip. No, it's just some dumbass ginger getting his ass beat again.
Don't push a sadist. They'll
No.
let you know.
But the funny thing was, I didn't feel anything.
Oh, yeah, you're drunk
I
as
felt,
fuck.
and I just looked up and like, oh my God, I didn't
How
feel
did you
that.
feel the next morning?
At showering, I had 2 proper bars and a bruise on my ass.
I'm glad. Well, I got to say this for upholding the honor of the Mead Hall. Thanks for not crying when she came.
Fuck no. No, you can go back. You can go back to that beer house and ask anybody. I was a fucking man. But it was that. That is my new favorite place. That is a place where if I'm in Vegas with a group of people, we are fucking going there.
Sure.
Used to be Nine Fine Irishmen in New York. Still a great place. This is better.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get in and get a little closer look at where exactly off the strip it is. So that's that's gonna be a must stop when we go like for this next year.
Oh, absolutely. And I bought a Bavarian hat.
I'm pumped.
Don't remember doing that.
What's the name of this place again?
Hofbräuhaus.
Okay, cool. Because we're going to Vegas in April. So.
Bro, give it a look and tell Amanda Brandon says what's up.
Yeah. You'll have to come back. You'll have to come back, get on the, and inform everybody how your spanking session.
Yeah, I want to know how your session went at the Hofbräuhaus. But highly recommend it. Overall, the trip was amazing. I actually brought the leftover burger because, of course, I didn't finish my meal.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have either.
But I had one hell of a leftover hamburger to have Sunday night in my room that was from Vegas.
Yeah, I bet you needed it.
It was just weird to be eating like a burger.
Yeah.
That a night before I was a fucking monster. Like, I don't need this. I need this. I need this mug.
And to kill a burger you'd got in Vegas and sitting in your own fucking house the next night. Yeah.
It's
That's
not a
awesome.
bad way to live.
Nah.
Overall.
Shit, Grandma got fresh food from Vegas. Donuts.
Yeah, she got 4 fresh fried donuts from fucking Las Vegas
That was so
on a
nice
Sunday.
of you.
Well, I wasn't. I'm not a big sugar guy, and especially on that day, it's like I had enough sugar the night before. I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that burger's like, no, I'm not gonna eat you on the plane, but I'm gonna eat the fuck out of you in my room before I go to bed. at 7:30.
Hell yeah. I don't blame you.
But overall, it was a wonderful time. We got some kick-ass shirts out of the deal.
Yeah, Brandon ended up picking me up this Metallica shirt. Yeah.
Funny thing is, that is the least offensive Metallica shirt I could have gotten you that wasn't made for a child.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, it's still not exactly what I'm wearing to a job. But
could you have worn like one like this with the Raiders symbol and the fucking skull coming through and shit?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to get you one that said Vegas on it because you weren't there.
No,
it would have
exactly.
tasted a lie.
No, this is okay. This is because I always dig concert shirts. My brother Daryl sends me. Well, he sent the Alice Cooper one and Dead Daisies.
Yeah.
He also sent me a Anita Strauss one last year.
I forgot he saw the Dead Daisies. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no. Anybody wants to send me a concert shirt, I will never tell people. Yeah, I was there. I will always acknowledge like, nope, friend of mine went. And I will have to relay other events like, one half of kind of the Mead business went and got his ass slapped with a board by ladies
multiple times, and they love that shit.
Hell
I bet.
Yeah.
There is one photo that I don't even remember taking of the band and I, which I'll show that to y'all later. I might have already shown it to you.
Yeah, you did, because one guy looks real pie-eyed, but yeah.
Yeah, and the guy next to me is like, if you ever, because I was so boisterous, I was so me.
Yeah.
You know how I get when I get a couple Chardonnays.
When you're out and unfettered and in public, it's a rare thing, but once in a while this dude fucking kind of comes out of that shell like a hermit crab.
I'm like a peacock. You got to let me fly.
God.
I guess we should get to picks, man.
Right.
I mean, I hate for the last 20 minutes to be just me jaw-jacking about my good times, but...
Well, it's okay. Well, because Krista has good times, too.
Oh, yes.
Because, I don't know if we've gotten into. I think we have. You're into aerial stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Hoop stuff.
I thought you were going to say Ariel Helwani.
Hoop and pull, yes.
Yeah. But the thing is, so the school you'd had here, she had to move away. But,
yes.
So you were able to go to Albuquerque, but it was not without, like, your own little adventures.
Yeah,
and shit.
absolutely. So I got lost for my aerial class, which was hilarious.
You lived in Albuquerque.
Yes, which is wild, right? So I found the location, but it was in like converted storage units, and so they had suite numbers. Well, not on their Facebook and not on where else their website. There was no suite number listed. Well, on their Instagram there was, and apparently on Google there was. And I was like, well, go figure. So I drove around looking for a suite number that took me forever to find.
Right.
But that's fine. And then I took a pole class the following day. So yeah, I got to train. It was awesome.
Did really well though. I think that they were kind of impressed with your skill coming out of like nowhere.
I think probably, yeah, they were probably like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Well, because this is something you really went all in on.
Absolutely.
Every one of us around here kind of does that because you go all in on the aerial stuff. I kind of
Yes.
have gone really deep into the music side of things and stuff.
Absolutely.
And Brandon, getting his ass smacked by the ladies. So.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
The
pot.
weeds. The weeds.
Oh, and that's the other one then too. So the thing I had heard from people, they're not friends of mine, but people that go to Vegas for like the National Finals Rodeo or whatever, people that live around here.
Yeah.
The complaint is that you can't go anywhere in that city without smelling weed.
Oh, they can go fuck themselves.
Okay, all right,
man.
cool. There we go.
So you're telling me going inside a casino and smelling stale ass cigarette smokes better?
Yeah.
They still smoke in casinos?
Fuck
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Bet
Are you
your
kidding
ass.
God damn.
me? Yeah, it's gross. I'd rather smell weed any day of the week.
I don't know why I assumed they had moved along.
Now, I'm going to be the one person that says there ain't nothing better than smoking a couple cigarettes and having about 5 free beers playing penny slots. But I do understand that's part of the problem.
Wow.
You're okay.
All right, well, let's get to the picks then.
I want to go back to Vegas. Amanda, send me your digits.
Been a hot minute since you had that ass kicked by some plywood, right?
I'm drinking Vegas. I'm listening to Vegas, and I'm picking Vegas to win by knockout in the first round.
I think the drinking, we're going to go. Oh no, go ahead. We're slow in the process.
We got you,
and we're ahead of time. So, I think the drinking side of it, and this is the other part of it. We do dumb shit around here. We inevitably do. Like things is like, is that something we require? No, but it's fun. Brett ends up going out and getting us some ancient ass looking mugs and things like that, but they have the modern twist of having the stainless steel inserts in them. So we're like drinking fancy out of with all the convenience of modern shit, with all the outer resin of looking like something from 600 years ago.
I think I've just drank lukewarm mead out of it too, out of a barrel.
I drank nothing but beers out of it one night, but
I wanted to fill it to the brim with mead and drink it.
Ugh,
it just felt right.
Yeah.
It felt. I mean, for what I recall, it felt pretty right.
That's an awful lot of mead. Well, so anyway, but progressing that on, like, well, what's the next dumb purchase we're going to do? Probably going to do some drinking shirts. Now, granted, I realize they're going to be of low quality. Well, immediately, all of us will have an issue with them in some way, shape, or form. But it's fun, right?
Hey, it's something to wear out.
So the interesting thing is, though, so off of this one particular website, because I'm going to go Mickey's all day. I mean, these are like baseball jerseys.
Yeah, you don't want to get one of your favorite liquor. You want to get one of like, man, I remember that liquor.
Right. Well, you can go favorite too, I guess. Our friend Jack is going to be getting one of his favorite, which, I know he listens, but it's going to be a surprise to him. Brett kind of gave us his desires last night, so we'll be getting a Jameson one. But the interesting thing is, because the Hofbräuhaus actually and not the Las Vegas one, but the one in Munich, but
out of Germany.
Yeah, that's the direction Brandon's going to go. So we're going to have to get Krista to grab one as well, and then we'll make all of our picks on shirts. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
All right. So drinking this week, I'm simple. I'm just drinking Budweiser.
I'm going to keep it classy.
Now, Krista drinks
water at the moment. I'm really exciting. Maybe some wine when I get home. I'm doing baby shower stuff, so it's
a little peanut.
I'm covered in glitter. I look like I either was in a strip club or in a crafting,
or a crafting strip club.
Yeah, right, or both.
You smell like stripper and Elmer's glue.
The old hot glue gun and peach body oil.
Now that's a kink right there.
Woo!
Let's see. So let's see. Fights. As far as that shit goes, yeah, we already made picks on Covington Masvidal.
Yeah. Do you think? Do you think there's any chance of a handshake after this?
No.
Do you think it's also because someone's probably going to be too hurt to do it?
Yeah, either by physical violence. If Masvidal wins, I think it's going to be because he knocks fucking Covington out.
Yeah.
If it's Covington, though, it's because he used his wrestling and laid on Masvidal, and Masvidal's going to be angry, and his pride will be hurt. So.
And then we get Kamaru Usman and Covington again after Kamaru beats Leon Edwards.
Can we fucking say, man, if you haven't gotten shit done in a couple of fights, maybe,
But what do?
I don't know.
Do you bump up to 185 and try to wrestle those monsters?
No, probably not.
Not if you're Colby. Fuck that. He don't want nothing to do with any other weight class but the one he's in.
Right.
He's the perfect size for it.
Tunes, listening this week. Tunes, thanks.
I will probably continue to wear myself out on the 3 bands I saw. I have been jamming them almost ad nauseum at work.
Gotcha. Ty Tabor, from the guitar player for King's X, put out a new record today.
Hell yeah.
I've got to jam that, but I've also got to jam that Opiate Squared.
Right. Yeah.
Tool went in and they kind of reproduced their Opiate. Their first ever single that they'd put out. They came out after, actually, Undertow, but they actually did it before.
Oh.
But they went through and kind of reinvigorated that song.
How neat.
So that's
now you got Justin Chancellor on bass.
Right. Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I'll be jamming. Anything you got blowing up your skirt this week?
Honestly, I've been listening to the Queen of the Damn soundtrack a lot.
Hey,
which is
dude.
kind of
We watched that movie at work like last week, man.
Well, yeah, it was like the 20th anniversary.
Yeah. The Jonathan Davis song is my favorite.
I like them all a lot. It was very sad, all of that situation. But yeah, it's good. Could have been a better movie, but a really good album. So,
hey, sometimes if you get a kick-ass album out of it, that's all you really need.
Sure, yeah. All right. Let's move along to the big finish. We'll be back again probably a couple weeks.
Hopefully something happens. I'll have another story.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Vegas story's a little hard to top. So
Right.
That is true, yeah. As it should be.
Yeah, if you subscribe, you might want to just unsubscribe after today. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate y'all coming by to listen to my tale, but y'all can get the fuck out now.